YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV. Is Westwood up in the spot, my man Diddy? What's up, sir?
Oh, what's good? What's good?
Oh, man, thanks for passing through. I appreciate that, man.
Oh, man. It's always a pleasure. You know, when I come into London, I got to stop by, see my man.
Oh, that's mandatory, man. We got some years, brother.
Yeah, without a doubt.
From early days, man.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy P. Diddy. Just telling y'all a little bit about myself, how I got started in the game. You know, ever since I was a kid coming up, you know, from a child, like I always loved music, always loved dancing, always loved just singing and entertaining. Always kind of loved the spotlight. You know, when I was growing up, I was definitely, I wasn't, you know, I was still shy, but I wasn't scared to, if I had to get on stage or get in front of the spotlight or in front of the mic, to get in front of the mic. But I never had really aspirations to, you know, become a recording artist or producer or a music mogul or anything like that. I loved American football. So, you know, throughout, you know, grade school and high school, I was pursuing a dream to become a professional American football player. My last year of college, my last year of high school before you go to college, my leg got broke. I broke my leg right before my most important season when the scouts come see you. So, you know, I entered in a real serious state of depression. That was my dream. I didn't plan on doing anything else. I had no plan B. So, you know, I just, you know, I enrolled in college. I was going to go to college. And, you know, in my spare time, I would just go to the clubs, to the nightclubs, and I would just, you know, just dance all night. I wasn't really into drinking or smoking or nothing like that. I was just into the music. I loved the music so much. And during my experience of being at the music videos, I used to see all the music moguls behind the cameras, and they had the big cell phones, and they had all the money and all the power, and I was like, I don't know what they did, but that's what I want to do. So I started looking on the back of all my favorite records, and all my favorite records were made by Uptown Records. They had Guy, Heavy D, Al B. Shaw, and all my other favorite records were made by Def Jam. So I called both those record companies every day, and I said, you know, I want to work for free. I want an internship. At that time, they didn't really know what an internship was. I heard about the term internship from the pre-med students that I was in college with, and they would go and work for free, but gain knowledge through their experiences. So I explained that to the record companies, and I had a meeting with Leo Cohen. And at the meeting, you know, he was like, what are you doing here? And what would you like to do? And then he said, okay, call me back. And I called him back. I could never get him back on the phone. And then I had the same meeting with Andre Harrell. And he was like, well, if you want to work for free, you came to the right place. So, you know, he let me work for free. So I started working for free. And I was going back and forth from college, and I would sneak on the train and work 2 days in New York, and the rest of the days I spent in Washington, D.C. in college. And it was a hard time, but I was pursuing my dream. You know, I didn't really have no money to eat, no money to get back and forth, but I was like, I would stay focused that I was gonna make it one day. And so, you know, 2 years into my internship, I worked for free for like 2 years. The guy I was working for, he went to another record company, and I got a chance to, you know, be in his spot for a while. So I took Andre Harrell out to lunch, and I said, can I get a chance to, you know, maybe do A&R? The A&R is artists and repertoire. That's the guy that works at the record company that puts the records together and works with the artists. I said, give me a chance. You know, you're making music for young people, and, you know, I'm young, and, you know, who better to make the music than me? So I started working with a couple of acts like Mary J. Blige and Jodeci and Fall MC and Heavy D. And every record that I put out, you know, went platinum plus. And so I started becoming, you know, kind of famous in the music industry because I was so young. And, you know, at the age of like 19, I became vice president, like the youngest vice president in history of a record company. And so from there, you know, I kept putting out a bunch of different records and hits. And then I started my own record company, Bad Boy Entertainment. And I started with Craig Mack and Biggie and Total and Faith and 112 and Mace. And, you know, I just went on a hit barrage, you know, just on a hit streak like no other. I signed a deal with Clive Davis, and I had a concept to put out 2 artists at the same time. It was called Big Mac. It was like McDonald's had the Big Mac, and it was like the Big Mac campaign for Notorious B.I.G. and Craig Mack. And you know, from there, you know, those records went, they shot to the top, and you know, just kept on producing music. Also at the same time, I was producing for Mariah Carey and TLC and LL and anybody you can name. I was producing records for. So you know, I had a lot of records that became very successful, and you know, I had a lot of ups and downs during this time. You know, before I got my record deal with Arista Records and Clive Davis, I got fired from Uptown because, you know, I got kind of too big for my britches and stuff, and so it was something that was very important to humble me, something that was important for my career. So I went through that phase, and then just at our hottest moment, you know, I went through the phase of just entering some problems. You know, when you get a lot of fame and stuff, more money, more problems. And, you know, we entered the whole East-West thing where it wasn't as the media was making out, but it was definitely some tension. And, you know, I think I blame the energy. During this time, I lost my friend and my biggest recording artist, Notorious B.I.G. And during this time, before he had passed away, I started making my own records. So I put out the Benjamins and Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. While Biggie was alive, I had 2 hit records, and Biggie was like my manager, so that was the whole thing. We were just having fun. And then when Biggie passed away, I finished one more record on the album. The record was called Missing You. Put out my first album, and you know, it wasn't the best of times, but the album sold like 8 million records. And it's like up to 10 million worldwide right now, that first album. And you know, I just been going on throughout the years, just putting out different groups on Bad Boy, you know, whether it was Black Rob or G-Dep, or then making the band with Danity Kane. Started producing different TV shows, Bad Boys of Comedy, Run's House, making the band, and put out my own clothing line, Sean John. And put out a fragrance, Unforgivable. And I just been really living my dream come true, man, of just being a young black entrepreneur, and just tried to show the world, tried to show my people that we could do it if we put the time behind it, put the work behind it. And you know, I just feel like I'm a living testament to people. If you dream and you believe, you could accomplish anything you want to accomplish, you know?
Yo, thanks for watching The Throwback. Make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because we upload a never seen before, never heard before freestyle every Thursday. And check out these throwbacks. It's Tim Westwood TV, baby.